Manchester United have opened up talks with Barcelona on De Jong, first and foremost. Then we talk about Paul Pogba and Lingard leaving Manchester United in there for you. Welcome to Manchester United Matters channel. Where you guys and where you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel in there for you. Now, the big story today is all about De Jong, and Fabrizio Romano has really come out and certified to us that talks have begun between Manchester United and the side which goes by the names of Barcelona in there for you, and we're really going to be talking a lot about that. But before we really go that side, we need to go up in here and really talk about a man who goes by the names of Pogba. United today went on its social media platforms and announced that Paul Pogba is leaving Manchester United. And after like 2-3 hours, I think it was like 1 hour, they also announced that Lingard is leaving Manchester United. Those are the additions to Edson Cavani, Nemanja Matic. Those four are hugely confirmed that they're leaving because all of those are really going on a free transfer. Paul Pogba's contract ran down in there. United for the previous 2-3 years have been really telling Paul Pogba in there to extend his contract, and Paul Pogba was adamant, and then things went that way. But for Paul Pogba, I really believe that it's time for him to go, because when you're a team like Manchester United and don't come out and deliver as expected, what do you want us to do for you? People have really come out and said that United never really got Paul Pogba good players to make him to get that best quality out of him. I told them you guys are jokers, and I've had very many people coming out and really admitting to that, but I don't admit to that. I don't buy that argument. Reason: Paul Pogba was playing as a central attacking midfielder with Nemanja Matic and Herrera playing behind him. You remember that very well? So, by the time Nemanja Matic was one of the best central holding midfielders in the world, they had just gotten him from Chelsea. You get? Then Ander Herrera was also one of those box-to-box players that would really get you the ball each and every time you wanted it. That is Ander Herrera. And if I told you come in and start trading that, I really hate it. Paul Pogba is not a player who is meant to blossom. He's not a consistent player. He's not a player who's going to come in and really give you like in the 38 games of the Premier League season, like 20 consistent games. He won't. And most of the glimpses of brilliances of Paul Pogba are so much highlighted out when he's playing for France. That's when they're highlighted. But in actual sense, those are just 8 games. Like in the World Cup, you play only 8 games. UEFA Europa League, in the Euros, you play only 8 games. You get? Those are only 8 games. And playing a tournament like the Champions League, even the Champions League, you play many games because in the group itself you play 6. You get? If at all you go on to the round of 16, you play 2, those are 8. Quarterfinal, those are 10. Semi-final, those are 12. And the finale, those are 13 games. It's not a joke in there for you. And Paul Pogba cannot give you consistent performances of 13 games. He really had some good moments in there for you, but he was inconsistent. In his career, inconsistency has covered most of his career. That is something I can really come out and describe Paul Pogba in like one word, or like 3 statements. Inconsistency has covered up his career. All his career was full of inconsistency. And the very big argument to that, where I can sit down every person who comes and say Paul Pogba was not good players were brought to back him up at Manchester United. I ask them, how come a Bruno Fernandes, who was playing behind Freddie and McTominay most of the games at Manchester United, he blossomed and really produced a performances that Paul Pogba never produced the 5 years. Are they 6? Yes, the 6 years he has spent at Manchester United. He has not produced any of such performances. But a player who goes by Bruno Fernandes has gone ahead to get us such performances game in, game out. So what does Paul Pogba tell us? He should be sat down. So it's good to see him go in there for you. And let's talk about Lingard also. I really believe that he has been at Manchester United for so long. I saw him play in the opener game of Louis van Gaal's opening game of the Premier League in 2014. I remember that very well. Which team were we playing? We were playing Leicester City. We were playing Wigan. I saw him play onto that right side, and he was introduced to that field of play by Louis van Gaal because he trusted him, and you know how much Louis van Gaal trusts young talent. Then he went on to play in there under Mourinho very well. He was not brilliant under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He went on loan to play against West Ham, and he really had glimpses of good performances. Returned at Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer convinced him that he's going to be at Manchester United and is really going to give him enough playing time. That is Jesse Lingard in there for you. So, but I think he was at United for way so long, because you can't be at United earning close to £140,000 a week when you're not playing in there and the team really keeps you there. You get? Players are really taken out of the team and sold when they're earning £50,000 a week and they're not performing. Then how come you're earning all that amount of money and you're still at Manchester United? And the board that we had with the CEO who goes by names of Ed Woodward were so much in their head, had so much in their head that this one is an OB of Manchester United. We have to treat him with a lot of keenness. That's out. The only player who deserves to be given credit and given money is that player who goes on the field of play and gives out 100% performance. You get? Even if you're not talented, for me, that's why I'm not going to come here and say that Scott McTominay should go out of the team. Every time Scott McTominay steps into that field of play, he really gives out 100% performance, a 10 out of 10, because he's not a skilled player. You don't expect him to be like a Pogba. No, he's not that kind of player. He's not that kind of player. So what he gives us is what he can offer to us. That is a man who goes by the names of Scott McTominay. So, yes, Lingard, good luck to where you're going. Maybe West Ham or Newcastle will take you up, but good to see to it that these players are really going to be taken. Now, the big question remains, who are the ones that are really going to be sold? Because all of those that are on a free have been laid out by Manchester United, and they can now really go out and agree a deal with any team because they are no longer attached to Manchester United. Paul Pogba can go on and agree a deal with Juventus or PSG. Lingard can go on and agree a deal with Newcastle and a team which goes by. He can even go and play for Arsenal because Arsenal need his services. I will believe Mikel Arteta can really have him. He can go in and sign for West Ham, where I really had a very good half season of 2021, of 2020-2021. So he can go that side and really get his career up to the road, all back to the road in there. But I really believe that it's time for them to go, and they're out. So 4 players have been confirmed, gone. Paul Pogba, Jesse Lingard, Edson Cavani, and Nemanja Matic. Those are 4 players out. Now, there is another group of players who are still on contract with Manchester United, and we don't know whether they're really going to stay. First and foremost is Anton Martial, who told Ralf Rangnick that I feel like it's not all about you, it's all about me. I feel like I've been at Manchester United for so long and I don't feel like I'm useful in here. Let me go try out my talent elsewhere. He went to Sevilla, things backfired, he got an injury, and I don't think that there is a team that can trust him right now. So is United going to throw him out, or Erik ten Hag will trust him? Will Martial tell Erik ten Hag that I'm ready to play for you the game of football? Wait and see what Martial says to him. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is one of those because the right back position, Diego Dalot is considered to be one of those that is going to be playing in there. And Julian Timber, who plays as a central defender, but is also good at playing as a right back in there for you, is coming in at United. When you look at Eric Bay, I've said Anton Martial, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bay, Twanze Bay, Phil Jones, those are 5. There is a question about Alex Telles. There is another question about about who? Those are 7 players. There is Andreas Pereira. There is James Garner. Who else? There is Amad Diallo. We have close to 10 players who United have to decide whether they really come on and stay or go. And I really believe that. I think they're only going to play it off like 3. And those 3 include Aaron Wan-Bissaka because it's being linked to AS Roma. Then the other player I think United is really going to take off is Phil Jones. Eric Bay, I really have a feeling that Eric Bay might stay. I really have a feeling that Eric Bay might stay because he is a very good defender. He's a very good defender that will impress Eric Ten Hag. Unless he tells Eric Ten Hag that I don't want to be here. Because Eric Ten Hag said, I'm not going to force any player who doesn't want to play for Manchester United to be in my squad come 27th of June. Because that's when United are starting off their pre-season. By the way, I think there have been alterations. It's 24th. So, before 24th, every player who doesn't want to be with Manchester United will be out. That's why you see these ones have been thrown out and let to go even before 1st of June matured. So they have close to 29 days to really decide where they are going to go, and no one is really going to come out and really talk something about Paul Pogba or the man who goes by the names of Jesse Lingard. Therefore, now today Fabrizio Romano really took to his Twitter and said this. Sorry for that. Manchester United have opened direct talks with Barcelona for Frenkie de Jong, price tag around £85 million, 85 million euros, waiting for opening bid. You heard that? Waiting for opening bid. De Jong is still not convinced to leave Barcelona. He wants UCL football. Manchester United will try to push again as Barca need to solve financial situations. To me, I really believe that if at all this deal was not going to happen, if at all Barcelona were not willing to sell, this wouldn't have been the news. But because they are so much willing to sell, that's why this story is in the news. And it's in the news for good purpose, because Barcelona are having a debt of 500 million euros. And they need money to sign in other players. That has become a song, by the way. It has become a song because we have really said this a lot. Someone who is watching our channel for the very first time, just know that Barcelona can't sign in any single player, whether on a free transfer, because they have like 3. They have one from Sporting Lisbon, they have Frank Casey, they have Christiansen, but they cannot sign them as Barcelona players. And Barcelona needs to get out of this before the 30th of June. And they have also agreed a deal with Lewandowski, but they don't have the money to do that because they are not financially okay. So unless otherwise they really get in a deal that is going to save them, they are not safe. That is Barcelona in there for you. So Barcelona needs this money, and United feels like they are not going to be pushed by Barcelona to pay an amount of money they feel is not exact for Frenkie de Jong. Manchester United feel like the maximum they can go is £60 million in there for you, and wait and see whether this is really going to happen. But Frenkie de Jong had something said yesterday while he was at his national team. This is what he really had to say when he was at his national team in there for you. His interview, Frenkie de Jong on his sell to help Barcelona financial situation. The club didn't tell me anything. They didn't propose anything to me. He told Manchester United are still pushing for Frenkie de Jong, but he wants Champions League. Nothing has changed as for now in there for you. So this is common sense. De Jong can't come out and say that Barcelona told me that they're into financial situation. The moment it comes out to the news to us that Barcelona want to sell you, you get, such that they really stabilize their financial situation, that means that you also know this. You also know this. So De Jong knows it, and I think they've told him that you might be one of those options, but he's not 100% sure because they laid a room for him to feel like Barcelona needs him, because they told him that, please, we are really chasing certain deals in here. If at all they really come through, we can really be saved as Barcelona in here. But that is not going to be possible, I really believe, unless otherwise magic happens. But if at all magic doesn't happen for Barcelona, Frank de Jong is going to be a Manchester United player. I'm at 80% sure that Frenkie de Jong is coming in at Manchester United in there for you. But lots of things are really lagging United behind in this deal. If at all we cannot get him early enough, it's better we go on and close some other deals in there for you, because the more we delay, the more other players are really going to leave. You get? There are players that you can easily get, like Ruben Neves. Yeah, he's available. Yuri Tielemans is available. We can get him. So I will believe that for United, the earlier the better to get in a player who goes by the names of De Jong. But that really shows me how influential Ten Hag is. And everything is like this because of Ten Hag. And when was this struck? it was all after United came out and said Ten Hag is really going to be the Manchester United's next permanent manager next to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And that means Ten Hag is talking to these boys. Ten Hag talks to De Jong, and De Jong is the one who might even have told him that, please, they want to sell me because they are into a very poor financial situation. And Erik Ten Hag told the board of Manchester, please, can you contact Barcelona because he's up for sale? And that's when Gerard Moreno came out and said it's 95%. And we might be all here when United have already agreed a deal with Barcelona, and we don't know which type of deal they've agreed. Are they really going to sell in a player or include a player into that deal? Because it's saying that Harry Maguire is linked to a side which goes beneath Barcelona. So all those, we are here waiting to see what is really going to happen to Barcelona in there for you, because if they don't get into that deal that is really going to get them money, then they have to sell off Frenkie de Jong. And we believe that all that Frenkie de Jong doesn't want to play in UEFA Europa League, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. It's total nonsense. I tell people that we've brought in very many players at Manchester United when you're not playing Champions League. You get? Look at Harry Maguire. There was Man City who wanted his signature and they could raise that money. But United went in all for him and they brought him. Bruno Fernandes, he came in a good player. You get? We're not playing the Champions League and he came in and played Manchester United. Look at Henrik Mkhitaryan. Look at Paul Pogba. Look at Zlatan Ibrahimovic. All those came in at Manchester United when you're not playing Champions League. So United still has the ability to attract good players. And if at all you have the ability to attract good players when you don't have good coaches, now what of this modern certified coach in the names of Erik Ten Hag? I really believe that we can go in there and sign all those kinds of players in here at Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching in. I really want to see your reactions into the comment section below about Frenkie de Jong open talks. You get? Manchester United have open talks with Barcelona on Frenkie de Jong, and Fabrice has told us that a bid is expected anytime from now from Manchester United to Barcelona, and Barcelona are willing to sell. And I know by the end of this week, something big is going to be announced by Manchester United. I know Jurrien Timber is going to come, De Jong will come, and what I know about Erik Ten Hag, he might go in out for a center forward. So I will believe that in the next, how many, today is what? Today is 2nd, and it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So in the next 3 days, by the climax of this week, something good is going to be happening at Manchester United, and be knowing that is De Jong staying at Manchester United, is De Jong coming at Manchester United or not, because this deal has to be announced immediately. Erik Ten Hag wants his things to be done immediately. If it was not Erik Ten Hag at United, Paul Pogba and Jesse Lingard's announcements leaving Manchester United wouldn't have gotten out into the limelight early enough, because they still have close to 29 days at Manchester United. Under their contract, they're still tied to a contract at Manchester United. And trust me, United is still paying them. He's still paying them their weekly wages. Do you know that? But Erik Ten Hag told the board clear that, please, any player who wants to leave, let him leave now. I really want to know which players I'm really going to be having and plan for my squad. But remember, the likes of Andreas Pereira are returning, and Brandon Williams is returning from loan. James Garner is returning. Lingard is returning. Chong is returning. Amad Diallo is returning. Facundo Pelestri is returning. Anton Martial is returning. Tuanzebe is returning. So he's really going to be having a lot of squad. So he really needs to go in and decide who is really going to be sent back on loan and who is really going to stay